Welcome to Beers and Brawls, the show where my guests and I drink beer and talk all things wrestling. I'm your host Jared, and we are back for season 2 of Beers and Brawls. And we're kicking it off with a big show today. My guest is a guy that has wrestled all over Australia, in America as well. He's former RCW and MCW tag team champion. He is the defender of tomorrow, Jett Armstrong. Jett, welcome to the show.
We're on?
We're on, mate. We're
Cheers,
on.
bro.
Cheers, sir. Thank you.
Thanks for the beer.
So, Jett, how you feeling, man? How's everything going?
I'm good, man. I'm ready to go. We've got the Fringe coming up next weekend. First show. And the second show is a few weeks after that. I'm excited, man.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, no, it's good. I'm keen for it. Like, wrestling has been really slow in the last year, obviously.
Yep.
And we've got a big crowd lined up for the Fringe, so, like, it's all systems go.
Awesome.
I'm keen as, man. I'm super excited to have a big crowd back. Like, you have no idea.
Good, I'm keen to go to it, man, absolutely. And we've been very lucky in SA, obviously we've able to wrestle, we haven't had the shutdowns as much, obviously this year as the other states. What do you have any messages to send out to those promotions like PWA and MCW that are struggling at the moment with the shutdowns? Do you have anything just to pep them up and keep them going?
Honestly, those guys, they're doing it tough. Everyone's doing it tough, especially the guys that are in the States that are a bit more affected by the COVID. I feel sorry for them as well. I even realised yesterday when we had the Facebook update with the
news.
and
Yeah,
stuff,
yeah.
A few of the wrestling promotions in this country actually got targeted for that.
Yeah, I did see,
shut down. So hopefully they can sort that out real soon, man, because that's bullshit.
Absolutely,
That's a massive part of our promotions, and to lose that for now is quite devastating. So hopefully they get that back up online real soon.
Definitely damages Australian wrestling.
Yeah.
So if you guys watching this, if you don't see their Facebook pages, I think PWA was one of them, was it, or PCW?
I heard PWA, MCW, might have been another one.
So if you don't see them, get on their Twitter, get on their Instagram. They're still up. Follow them, keep up to date with the news. I'm sure they'll be back very soon.
Sure.
But tradition for the show, bit of a shot to welcome you.
We start with the shot.
We're going to start with a shot, of course, mate.
Alright.
Haven't you been watching the other episodes? Come on, mate. Just keep up.
Sure, man, of course. My favourite. I'm a subscriber and everything.
There you go. Like, subscribe, guys. Just like Jed Armstrong.
Yeah, for sure.
There you go. There you sir. Oh, it's a baby one, mate. It's all good.
Not as big as you, so.
Mate, you're the athlete. Cheers, sir.
Cheers, mate.
Oh, awesome. Alright, so we're going to get into some rapid fire questions.
Rapid fire already.
Are you ready for this?
Let's go.
So it's 10 questions in 5 minutes. So it's really easy, just whatever comes to your mind, just fire out the answers. Try not to think about it too much.
That's dangerous. You can edit this, right?
Of course, of course.
Okay, good. Here we go.
Alright, so we will start the timer. Are you ready?
Let's go.
Alright.
Fire away.
And we are on. First one, who is Jett? What's he all about?
Jed Armstrong's been a wrestler for about 13 years now. I started when I was 20. I wrestled for Rampage, trained up there, wrestled under a hood for a long time.
Yeah.
Before I actually came into my own element.
We'll get into that later.
We will? Good, I'm glad. Let's go. And then I moved over to Riot City Wrestling, where the Jed Armstrong character came out. A lot more. Tag team with my brother Nick for a long time. We had a lot of success, both here in South Australia and interstate.
Yeah, nice.
And now I am looking to cement my legacy as a singles competitor, where I hope to one day hold a main championship.
Yeah, nice.
For
Absolutely.
a company, in particular, Riot City.
That's a good goal, man. Absolutely. You touched on it just then, but when did you officially start wrestling?
Yep. So it was when I was 20 years old. So that would have been nearly 14 years ago.
Yeah,
maybe a little bit about 14 years ago. So
absolutely.
I moved up from Mount Gambier, my hometown, and started training the day I moved up here.
And then wrestled all over Australia and America as well?
Yeah. So I wrestled, trained up, wrestled all over Australia. Went to Perth, Sydney, Melbourne, and then did some stuff in America later in my career. and so now I'm back here in South Australia, Adelaide, and hopefully killing it.
Good. All right. Who's your favourite wrestler and why?
I always grew up idolising the Hardy Boys, in
Yeah.
particular Matt Hardy. I know everyone's usually a Jeff Hardy fan.
Nice. Yeah.
But I was always a Matt Hardy fan. It was
I
more,
like it.
for me, it was more his creativity and his character work.
Yeah.
Jeff was great. He was a high flyer. He used to do crazy shit. Probably still does. But to me, Matt was like the glue that held that team together.
Yeah.
And so I always kind of tried to emulate kind of what he does and that. So Matt was always a favourite of mine. Also Kurt Angle, coming up through the Attitude Era, he was always a great inspiration of mine. The intensity and just the character work as well. But the wrestling as well from him. So good.
He's such an athlete.
Such a natural.
Absolutely. Which famous wrestling catchphrase would you like to have as your own?
A catchphrase. I mean, look, you can't go past something that The Rock says. Like, he has so many different catchphrases, and I think the reason for it is because he keeps updating. Throughout his time, he would always have a new one. Same with Jericho. He would always come up with something fresh. Look, you can't go past something
The Rock says.
like The Rock.
Yeah.
The crowd just eat it up. One of my favourite ones that he used to do was when he was on the mic, he would say something and then he'd say, and in 4 seconds, all the people will be chanting The Rock's name. And everyone in that arena, Rocky, like, brilliant. Like, you just had him here, you know what I mean?
Oh, such a great guy. Favourite match of yours?
Like one of my matches? Or
one that you've been in.
Look, I mean, one of my favourite matches I've had would have been I didn't win it, but it was still one of my favourites because it was at HQ, one of our venues that we used to run there. It was me and my brother Nick. We wrestled for the tag team championships in what I think was the main event that night against the Pariah. One of my favourite matches. I love tag team wrestling.
Nice.
And so, that was just, to me, one of my favourites. That was from, I think it was 2018. I reckon.
Sounds about right,
Maybe 2019. Maybe it was 2019. So it would have been the start of 2019.
The years all moulded
and
together.
it would have been, I can't remember the event's name.
That's alright. We got a minute left, we got to fly through these.
Sorry, man.
You're right.
I'll take my time.
Which wrestler in Australia would you love to break their nose? Which wrestler in Australian wrestling?
Australian wrestling?
Anyone who needs a good nose breaking.
Jeez, you're going to get me some heat here.
That's the whole point, mate. Get some people on the show, fire back at you. Anyone in mind, or you're just too nice?
There are so many people who I would just love to break their nose. I mean, we don't have enough time to list every person in Australian wrestling.
What's your most embarrassing moment in the ring?
I mean, look, I've been told that I've got a good booty, but there was one time when I had a match with Adam Brooks and he pulled my pants down, exposing said booty, which, it happens from time to time. Sometimes the drawstrings are tight enough. This particular time he managed to kick me in the head and I ended up with my ass in the air. So that wasn't very fun at all. But you gotta laugh at that shit.
That's right. We're out of time, but we're gonna do a bonus one. We're gonna do a couple bonus ones just to fire them out. What is your wrestling goals? You touched on it earlier.
So like I said, I've had a lot of success with tag team wrestling in the last few years of my career. A lot of years of my career, but the one main goal now is for me is to hold that main championship. That main championship, and in particular the RCW championship. Like, there are a lot of companies here in Australia, but I've wrestled for RCW the longest. That holding that main heavyweight title, the RCW championship, that is my goal.
Awesome.
I hope to do that, before the end of my career.
Yeah, for sure, man. I'm sure you'll get there. Last one. Who would you like to wrestle drunk in Australian wrestling? Both drunk, going at it.
I mean, look, I've wrestled with my brother Nick plenty of times. He's a laugh and a half at the best of times. I think if we were both on the beers, I think that it would just be pretty hilarious.
5-star classic, you reckon?
I'm not about classic. I know it'd be fun and funny. So
you can't talk to RCW, get that booked
There's just something about fighting your siblings that you just can't put it past. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you just you just go a little bit harder when you fight your siblings.
I like it,
So-
man. Nice. Good answer. Awesome. Alright, man. Thank you for those questions.
Thank you for those questions.
For those answers, sorry. They were really good, man.
Alright, cool.
So we got through those rapid fire questions.
Yeah, rapidly.
It was we missed a couple. That's alright. We'll catch up on those. So what we're going to do now, we're doing something different for the fans of the show. Normally we used to watch some matches, some old matches, some new matches, stuff like that. Instead of that, we're just going to look at some old photos and some old footage and some new footage, and we're just going to chat about that. Just talk about different stages of Jett's career,
Okay.
and different stuff like that.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
Yeah.
It's good.
Easy. I mean, if you've got the editing tools to be able to pop it up on the screen at the same time, then go for it.
Of course, mate. Of course. Don't you worry about
More
that.
tech savvy than me.
You ready for these photos?
Is that the first one?
First photo. What's going on here? You and Nick?
So this is me and Nick. Nick and I. This is Nick and I at the Dragonfly, I think it was called, in Melbourne. We wrestled Carlo Cannon and Ryan Rollins, who's now known as Australian Suicide.
Nice.
In the main event, we rocked up to this show and we didn't even know that we were main eventing. But the promoter said, "Hey, you guys are you're on last." I mean, of course, I was like, I mean, is there any other spot for me? Because of course not. Of course I'm on last, you know. But no, seriously. So that was the first match that we had with those guys. We had 2 more matches in RCW in Adelaide since then, and one of those matches was RCW 100, where we went on first.
Oh wow.
We went to open. Then they gave us about 10 minutes and ended up going about 25. Did everything that you could. We did a tower spot, we did dive, we did policy, we did fake hot tag. It was crazy, man. So
Great way to start a show.
Oh look, we got backstage, we walked through the curtain, everyone was just glaring at us. Carlo Cannon just goes, "Call the cops. We just stole that show." so it was so much fun working with those guys. I loved it, and that was the first of our 3 match series that we would have. So,
I like it.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
How far into your career was this?
So I
we got a
probably
nice baby face Jett there.
yeah, no beard there, you know, no
Bit of a
beard.
baby face Nick, look at that.
I mean, look, if he could go a beard, he might be different. I think he's a little bit lacking in the facial hair department, but yeah, look, that would have been not long into. I think I wrestled for about 4 years before I took the hood off, and that would have been about maybe a couple of years after that. So it would have been about maybe 6 years in.
Yeah, nice.
There, so.
Do you have any of these shirts available still?
I don't have the design, but I've been looking for it. So.
Do you still have that shirt?
You know what? I reckon I do. I reckon there might be a few XXXLs.
Well, if you want to send them over here to you, to the guy on the show.
Original. That's the original Armstrong shirt. That one. So designed by Tom Pascal. So.
Nice. Well, if you got any laying around, there's a show that would like to get one. Just
yeah, good. I mean, look, I got my merch on wrestlermerch.com.
We'll put that in the description
So
of YouTube.
there's a couple of designs there, my latest ones and all
Nice.
of that. But I would love to get my hands on my old designs. But
That'll be sick.
who knows where they went.
You ready for the next one?
Mm-hmm.
What's going on here, man?
This would have been my first Jett Armstrong photo shoot, I reckon.
Is that RCW?
Yeah, this was at RCW. So this is the first time I ever wrestled without a mask on.
There's a rig on him. Oof.
No. I've done a few push-ups before that photo shoot, I reckon. So
You got veins
young
popping out the
whippersnapper,
arms.
I would say I
Jeez.
would be about 25 years old there.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
reckon. Was when I debuted in RCW.
What's with the ninja starry thing?
The ninja star. So me and Nick wanted to kind of portray that whole ninja, shinobi kind of vibe.
Yeah.
We come in, we're quick, we're nimble, that kind of stuff. So on this particular night, our first night in RCW, it was great. No one knew who we were.
Yeah.
We'd never wrestled before. All that was advertised was these 2 young kids are coming to wrestle in a tag team.
Yeah.
We wrestled the rude ones there, Marvel and Bulldog.
Yep.
We went out there. The crowd got up for us.
Nice.
They were like, "Who are these guys? They look good. They're awesome."
Yeah.
We ended up hitting some stuff at the start of the match, and they were there for us. They loved it. They were like, "These guys are amazing. We love you guys." And then all of a sudden, it was history.
History there. History is
Plenty of fans after that, which was great.
Nice, man. I love
Should have
it.
taken the hood off years before that.
Sorry, you got to build your way up. It's good, man. Here we go. MCW Tag Team Champions.
So this
Look at
was
that.
This was real like
Look at that red chest.
a pleasant surprise. Yeah, well, I'll tell you that. So we got booked to wrestle Hardway Inc. in Melbourne for MCW, and we had no idea that they were going to put us over for the for the MCW titles. And so because when you wrestle interstate, up until then, I think every time I've wrestled interstate, I've lost.
Yeah.
You go over there, you're not good enough. Those guys are just not 11. So you go over there, you do a job and whatever. But this particular time, they gave us a chance. Like they said, you guys are the guys we want to push for the next 6 months.
Yeah.
I think it was originally meant to be 4 months, but then they were pretty happy.
So you held on for 6 months.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then they wanted to extend it out. So that was a fun time in Nick and my own career.
Was that travelling to Melbourne every month, or?
Yeah, it was usually every month.
Yeah.
Maybe
Nice.
a little bit longer between, but yeah, we were there, wrestling their guys, doing tag stuff for a long time.
And you were there a long time before you got the opportunity.
Yeah, I used to go there a fair bit, like every now and then at least.
Yeah.
But wrestling Hardway was real fun.
Yeah, nice.
They're big-bodied, stiff guys.
Beat the shit out of you.
Yeah, we ended up having a really fun ladder match with those guys.
Oh wow.
At the Thornbury Theatre where MCW run out now. Such a fun match. That was the first official ladder match. It was just
Nice.
I had a great time. We ended up tearing the roof off of it. And winning the titles from the ladder match again. So.
Good,
Yeah,
man.
it was a great time. Loved MCW, and I'd love to go back and do some more work with those guys. So
definitely. Well, hopefully when the states reopen and over in the states.
Yeah.
Next one here. So is that from the same match?
This is from the same match. Yeah. So this is like wrestling those guys the hard way. Yeah. Such a fun venue.
Do you still have this gear?
I don't know if I have do I have that gear still? I probably do somewhere. It's there somewhere. So. Nick and I.
What is going on here, mate? Brock Lesnar?
Brock Lesnar. So I must have been hitting the gym pretty hard at this point.
Sorry to cut off your story before.
Yeah, that's alright. That's probably pretty much done. So yeah, look, the tan looks pretty sick there. That was probably like 2 coats, maybe 3.
New coloured gear.
I haven't got any wrist tape on there for some reason. So it's, normally some awesome guys in the locker room would lend me wrist tape because I barely ever bring my own.
Oh no.
Apparently this day no one was willing to give me any, so it probably serves me right.
Beard going as well.
The beard going. So this is a little bit later in the career of Jett. He's just got the gold and black trunks.
Yeah. The slick back hair.
Yeah, the slick back hair. It's not bad. A bit of facial hair going, a bit more crucial hair. So these photo shoots are alright. They're pretty fun. So I mean, you can probably get better light.
Getting the Brock Lesnar pose, I love it.
Trying.
This one, I didn't mention in the intro, but Strength Cup winner. There is a photo of them.
So this was 2016, I reckon.
Yeah. So that's RCW Strength Cup.
Strength Cup. So yeah, I ended up. That was a fun night. So Nick and I both won our qualifying or semi-finals to meet in the finals.
Oh wow.
And this was actually the first match that I ever had with Nick on a main show.
Yeah. Okay.
I think it may have tussled every now and then in other little bits and pieces, but this was the first main show that we had our match, and this is actually another one of my favourite matches that I've ever had. So just to wrestle Nick. Nick's such a great wrestler, such a great competitor.
Yeah.
And to be there in the main event doing that. The funny thing about that match was, so we had a match earlier in the night. Everything was fine, all good, and then. We came out for the main event. As I'm doing my entrance, there was some where they have the cables that run for the lighting. There were those things that cover the lighting. Those
little mound things.
Yeah. I stepped on it and rolled my ankle as I was doing my entrance, and so I get in the ring and I'm shaking it off, trying to no sell the rolled ankle. Anyway, wrestled the match with like a busted ankle. It wasn't that bad, like it wasn't like it wasn't too bad, but still it kind of hindered me a little bit, but I ended up still having a great match, and it was a lot of fun, and
got the win there.
Got the win there, and went on to wrestle Big Brody Marshall later for the title.
And obviously, unfortunately, didn't capture the title.
Nah, not that
How
much.
do you feel with Nick being a 3-time RCW champ and you not winning it yet. How do you feel about that?
Like I said, Nick is.
And you're the older brother?
I'm the older brother. I'm 3 years older than Nick. Yeah, so like Nick's such a good talent, great talent. Like he's such a phenomenal athlete, really smart with wrestling. So there's no doubt in my mind that he should be a 2 or 3-time champion.
Yeah.
And like for my own personal, I haven't held that championship yet. I understand that. I'm not bitter about the fact that he's held the title multiple times and I haven't.
Yeah.
My time will come. I'm confident about that.
Yeah, for sure.
Some people just, late starters or whatever. So
hey, at least you got confidence, man. That's the main thing.
It wasn't long after this match that I ended up tearing my Achilles.
Oh.
So injuries do play a big part in the careers of people.
Yeah.
And so I was on a bit of a roll here. If I didn't do the Achilles, who knows what could have happened. So,
yeah, for sure. Well, hopefully in the future, man.
We'll see.
And we got a more of a recent shot here.
Yep.
6-pack out.
I was
got the wrist tape this time. Look at that.
Yeah. I was very, very shredded for this photo shoot. So yeah, I think this was when I got back from America. So about 6 months after I got back from America, and I was going through some personal issues, some family dramas, and all of that. And so I kind of before the photo shoot, I wasn't really eating a lot.
Okay,
and so I ended up coming into this photo shoot looking really cut. I will never be that cut again in my life because I do eat a lot of food and sometimes I have a beverage or two. But this particular photo shoot I lucked out, ended up getting the shreddedness of...
it's a good photo.
Yeah.
Print it out, sell it out.
Yep.
Alright. Now this one.
Speaking of beer.
Is that the HQ there? Still a bit of Stone Cold? Or
this
what's
was
going
fun,
on?
man. So me and Nick and I keep...
That's alright.
Correct my grammar if you want.
Right, you've had a few beers.
This was my birthday. So 5th of July is actually my birthday.
There you go, fans, if you want to send him a gift. Couple months time.
A few months time. So this was fun. So Nick and I did a Jett's birthday celebration. And so, we were up on the stage just, well, I was sinking a few West End tins. Great, baby.
Sponsor us, West End. We're not drinking it right now, but we'll get it out later.
Start light. Anyway, so Nick ended up cracking the shits this night and telling me what he actually thought of us losing the tag team titles and him losing his girlfriend and the rest of it. Him losing the RCW championship as well.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of bad stuff. He blamed me for it. Whatever, I ended up smacking him, and then I had a few beers to celebrate my birthday. So it is what it is.
I like it. Good. Next one here. This one is at the Fringe. Last year's Fringe show.
I mean, another one of my favourite matches. This was the loudest crowd I've ever performed in front of. So last year's Fringe, as an 8-man with a whole bunch of really talented guys in the main event, and this is the first time we'd ever run out of the Fringe. So it was really awesome to get this venue. It was during the day. We would have had about 500 people packed in there.
Nice.
And I was lucky enough to hit a moonsault through Rocky Monero through a table to pin the current RCW champion. And the crowd was so loud, like I said. It was one of my favourite nights of days, and the reaction was sensational.
Nice. And like you said, you got another Fringe one next week, is that right?
Yeah.
So
the Fringe coming up.
A
couple more shows this year, so they loved us so much they wanted us back twice. So.
Oh man, that's what you want.
Love it, man.
This one here, RCW Tag Team Champions.
RCW Tag Team Champions. So we defeated the Pariah on a live event just at the RCW headquarters.
Okay,
to become the RCW Tag Team Champions. I'm not sure if the footage is out there. I think it's out there somewhere, maybe in bits and pieces, but this was before we had more than one camera filming these shows. So it is a rare occurrence. But yeah, we held those titles for, I reckon, about 6 months.
Nice.
Which was quite good. before we ended up losing to the Pareya again. They ended up getting their redemption on us. But that was a fun little title reign. I enjoyed being the RCW Tag Team Champions.
How many times have you won the RCW Tag Team Championship?
Only once.
Only once?
Yeah, and then after that, Nick and I have been tag team for a long time. But yeah.
And you prefer tag team over singles wrestling, or is it more 50-50?
It's not really about preference. Like, I love tag team wrestling. I just love the concept of it when it's done right.
Yeah.
There's so many people that don't do it right, but when it's done right, it's sensational.
Yeah.
So I love it as a format. Singles wrestling is obviously like, where everyone wants to be.
Yeah.
And I've loved the fact that I've been able to be a singles wrestler, for the last year and a half, 2 years.
Yeah.
More so than a tag team wrestler. But yeah, tag team wrestling is definitely one of my favourite concepts.
Yeah, nice. Awesome. Alright, next one. What's going on here, mate? A motorbike.
I don't remember which match this was, but...
You've got a history of coming out on a motorbike.
I have done a few times. So this was Little Grom, so this was barely a motorbike. It's a 125cc engine.
Looks bigger than you, mate.
Yeah, well, lucky I'm not too big, so it doesn't look too big. So I think this was a last minute decision. I can't remember who I was wrestling, but they went and did their entrance, and I had my motorbike there, and I was thinking about it throughout the day, and I'm like, maybe I'll just go out on the motorbike. I didn't really tell anybody, and I was like, last minute, as my music's playing, I was like, yeah, fuck it. Put the key in, started it up, got out there, and so I put it out there, gave it a few, got a good exhaust onto that one.
Did you ride it to the ring like Undertaker, or did you leave it on the stage?
There were stairs there, so I couldn't really get around
Didn't
the stairs.
want to risk it going down.
I think I'd bottom it out if I did that. They were pretty big stairs, so but that was a bit of fun, man. I did enjoy the motorbike gimmick, so I did do it a few more times.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure you had like a Bad to the Bone music
Bad to
or
the
something
Bone,
like that.
yeah, look, real Terminator 2 style, which, that Fat Boy Terminator 2, one of my favourite bikes. I used to own a Fat Boy.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, all customed out, so...
I think we have a picture.
Here's
You on the motorbike.
Yeah, so you got the sunnies on this time, so I'm really going
Is this a bigger bike or the same bike?
It's the same one, man. Maybe I'm just smaller on it. So yeah, it was a little bit of fun, man. I do love it. I do need to get a bigger bike so that I can come out and do this stuff again. This guy's loving it. Look at him.
He's having a great old time.
Losing his shit, that guy.
Oh, you got the fans on you. That's what you want.
Yep.
Here we go. This is what I was talking about. What's going on
here?
This
is the Fat Boy, yeah. So I ended up having to sell this when I moved to America, which is breaks my heart because it was such a nice beast.
Yeah.
And that's it's winning an award there when I did a run for we were doing a bike run for the Long Riders Bike Club. So I won an award for the best custom bike, which was awesome.
Did you customise it yourself?
Not me, no. Another guy customised it, and I just kind of bought it off him. It was just sitting in the shed. So beautiful bike, the Fat Boy.
Nice.
I do really want to get another Harley one day, man. I do love them.
You can ride that to the ring, you reckon?
I would love to.
Next championship match?
Oh, dude. It'd be sensational. It'd be pretty loud, though. That's the only thing.
Now, I've put this one up here just because what is going on your face? You look like a goat, man. What the fuck's going on there?
Yeah, I guess I grew the beard out, I reckon, when I got back from the States.
Yeah.
Just for something different. I've always been known to kind of change up my hair and, I feel like change up my look a little bit.
Yeah.
So this beard was probably just something like that, I'm always trying to reinvent myself,
Are you wearing jeans there?
I am.
You know what?
There, man? It was probably one of those nights where I was trying to try something new, trying something different.
Yeah. And wrestling Nick, of course, there.
Like I said, it's always fun wrestling your siblings, especially when you're putting them in pain and
you're looking like a big warrior Viking.
The old Texas Cloverleaf's a fun move. I do like that move, man. It's a good submission.
Put a bit of pressure on their back, break the back.
Yeah, and also the legs. You lock the legs up. Very painful submission, as you can see on Nick's face. So it's one of my favourites. So I do like a good submission. I don't normally tap guys out though. Normally I'm more of a pretty guy.
You thinking about bringing the beard back or not?
Not anytime soon, mate.
And this one here,
Look out.
just a bit of a flashback to past, and then pretty much, well, not now, but close to now, the Golden Aztec. Talk to us about that.
So the Golden Aztec. So when I first started wrestling, I wrestled for Wrestle Rampage. They were known as, I think, EPW Adelaide back then. And so I trained for about, I think it was 6 months, and then I got on shows, and the promoter at the time wanted me to wear a mask.
Okay.
And he said, "You're going to be a Mexican from Tijuana, New Mexico, and you're going to be called," well, he said, "Come up with a name, come up with a mask." So I basically had to come up with a Mexican name. The Golden Aztec popped up, I think, the night before I debuted.
Oh wow.
Yep, so I didn't even have a name. Literally was setting up the ring, and someone was like, "About the Aztec?" I'm like, "I don't know, I've got a golden mask for the Golden Aztec." "Yeah, do it, done."
Yeah.
So I used to come out, do flips and stuff, you know, like...
So you got all this gear yourself? It wasn't just given to you?
Yeah, so that mask there was actually I think I debuted there was a blue mask.
Okay.
Right? But then I didn't like the blue mask because I was a Golden Aztec.
Yeah,
so it had gold on it. They're gold scorpions or something, but someone was like, "It needs to be gold. Okay, so I got someone to like cover that mask with another mask.
Okay.
The mask is underneath that is the blue one, and that one's the Golden Aztec mask. Which was ridiculous. I'm not sure what...
What's it like wearing a mask while you're in there running
I
around?
hated it, man.
Yeah. Hard to breathe, or?
Hard to breathe, hard to see, hard to hear. You sweat, you're hot. It's fucked. I hated it, man. Yeah, it was tough, man.
And then, to you, 2019, ripped, shredded, no mask.
Yeah, well, that's it. You know, a bit of a tan, like, you know.
Yeah, where's the tan on this one? The first one. Jeez.
Didn't know how, man.
Didn't
You
get out
really
the
learn
sun.
how to tan after a while.
You're a bit of a ranger though, why'd you? You don't want to go out in the
Just a
sun
bit,
too much.
just a bit, you know. Just go, slip, slop, slap, man.
Alright, so cool. That's all the photos I've got for us. Really cool stuff to look back at, you know, your first couple photos in the industry and now where you are now. We're going to get into some footage.
Yeah.
A bit of old, bit of new, and just see how we go.
Play it. Let's see what you
Sounds
got. I'd be surprised if you get anything too old.
Alright, Jet, so we're going to go through just some footage, we're going to go through some old stuff, then some new stuff, and we'll just chat about it like we did with the photos. Are you ready?
Show me. What do you got?
Alright, so first one here is from
Jesus.
2012. It's from a Riot City recap. It is yourself and I think Jonah Rock, who is now Bronson Reed, am I not mistaken?
I think that's his name, yeah.
And this guy here on the screen, it goes under the name Tony Mondra now, is it? Is that?
You know what? I'm not even sure. I think.
I just want to say, just to cut you off there, as being a Crows fan and growing up loving Tony Mondra, I'm not a big fan of him naming himself Tony Mondra. I know he's in America, NXT, Raw, whatever the fuck he's on, but
I think he's just training, to be honest. I don't think they've got him on anything.
not a fan of the Tony Mondra name being used outside of football. It's I don't know.
That guy's
Not
always
happy.
been about getting heat, you know. And if heat's what he wants, heat's what he'll get. I'm
fair
sure he
enough.
got heat from head office over there, but
They don't even know who Tony Mondra is. They wouldn't
sure
care.
they do now.
But he got plenty of publicity here in Australia, so if that's what he wanted, then that's what he got.
Flash in the pan, man.
So here we go. We got.
Cheap heat, what they call it.
Whoa! Jesus.
Jeez.
So we got the blue gear here, baby. Look at that baby face, no beard.
The Asai
Oh.
moonsault.
What are you doing?
The Asai moonsault, man. That was a fun one.
You're a flippy boy. Look at that. Oh.
So
Why is he handcuffed? Why is Mondra handcuffed to the pole?
Oh, because he's a prick. I don't know. So funny thing with Jonah or Bronson.
Oh.
Bronson and I actually did the same tryout in
Nice.
Rampage. We started on the exact same day.
Yeah.
Same tryout, come in together. Yeah,
Oh,
that was sliced bread. I
Look
still
at that.
do that sometimes.
that's sick. Oh, didn't get the win.
Didn't put him away.
So you went in the same tryout.
We were in the same tryout for Rampage. We literally started at the same time.
And Mondra's in the ring. Here we go.
Here we go.
Got the win. Look at that.
Hit the big boy's shoulders.
Look at that. Look at that face.
Doing the job for brother Jett.
Look at that. No hair, no beard. Oh.
Yep.
And he's in NXT now.
So the reason that match came about was because the show before that, we had a tag team match with those guys, and right at the end, then Nick and I did our finishing move, which was we were on opposite corners. Nick did Nick did a splash. I did a leg drop. So it's like the old Hardy Boys move that they used to do back in the early days.
Okay. Yeah.
Unfortunately for Nick, he landed on his elbow, popped his shoulder out.
Oh.
So it dislocated his shoulder, and so he was kind of out for a little while after that.
Yeah.
So we ended up working it so that I had to kind of take them both on at once.
Okay.
But obviously, old mate kept interfering, and so we had to handcuff him to the ring post.
No kicking goals for Modra there.
Yeah, and no. Dude. Anyway.
Fun times, man. So that's 2012. Now we got just some footage from 2015. I just want to bring this up because what is that on your head?
Like I said, I used to change my hairstyle up quite often.
A bit of a man bun?
Yeah, so it was pretty funny. I came back here.
What are you doing running around the ring?
I don't know, man. I was excited. Like, I think, I reckon I took time off before this, and I think this was my day, like my comeback match.
Yeah.
And I came back as a baby face, but unfortunately, because I had the man bun, no one really knew how to take me, because sometimes the RCW crowd can be quite judgmental, and you know, the man bun wasn't a favoured hairstyle for them at the time. So, unfortunately, it took me a little bit of time to get them back on my side, but doing stuff like this might have helped. You know,
Look
they
at
were
that.
a bit funny.
I just wanted to bring this up because of that haircut.
Like I said, man, you gotta try these things, you know?
Yeah.
I think I wore it pretty good, you know? It wasn't just a man bun, as you can see, it was like a French braid almost, you know what I mean? It wasn't just...
You braided the top as well.
I braided the top, you know?
Oh,
I'm all about style.
Nice,
you know?
nice.
I love those trunks though that I was wearing, you know.
Oh yeah? They're not
They really accentuate my best features, I think.
Whoa! There you go. Did you ever grow it longer, that you had it, you know, down past your ears or anything like that, or you just kept it?
Yeah, look, when I was very young, I had it quite long.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was back when I was in that Gambia. I used to rock a real long one.
Oh,
jeez,
jeez!
Man, I was full of energy back then, wasn't I?
Look at that, man.
You know?
What's with the chewing and chewy? What's going on there? Did you get a choke on that, or?
You know, I've gotten a heat for chewing chewies before.
Has it ever stuck in your throat, or you just nah?
Sometimes your mouth gets dry, man. So you gotta keep it moist. But yeah, I have gotten heat before for chewing chewies. So.
Oh wow.
That was a shit chop.
What was that, mate?
Terrible. So it was just pumping him out.
Poor
old Marvel.
We're not going to watch the whole match.
Can we stop, man?
Yeah. I just wanted to bring up that...
long time ago. It's like 10 years
Bring up that hairstyle and those weak-ass chops.
You belong in the crowd if you're going to judge me on my hairstyle as well. Bloody hell.
That's alright. You got to try something, mate. And, you know, your weak-ass chops aren't going to get you far off that crowd.
Yeah, well,
so.
hopefully I've learned a bit since then, you know.
Well, next one is... We've got... Just a post-match commentary from Rocktoberfest 2019.
Post-match commentary.
Now, I brought this one up because this is when you were looking like a billy goat, I'm pretty sure.
Billy Goat Gruff? Oh yeah, Billy Goat Gruff.
Look at that beard. Beating Nick at, where is that, HQ, is it? Is that HQ?
Maybe.
2 times now.
Yeah, it was.
Last 2 months.
Look at that
You
beard.
had to have the last word, didn't you? And yeah, that was a good shot.
How good is that beard?
I thought that was going to be
Honestly,
back
I
to
think-
the team division, but no, you couldn't do it, could you?
I'm starting to miss it now that I see it.
Oh, look at it, it's filthy.
But I just proved it.
Filthy, man.
I think I was going through with the Trent 7 fanboy stage at that point. Like, I did love how Trent 7 had the beard,
Yeah.
had the sleek back, like, but he still had it styled. I think that's what I was going for then. The only thing I didn't have was the big belly. So maybe that's what I needed to finish off that look.
I don't know, man. That beard, it was good, but it was filthy, man.
Wasn't bad. It was
Look, let's just
pretty.
get a steal there. Look at that.
Pretty
Look
good.
at that.
No, it's a good beard.
That's
It's a
good.
beard.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah, I mean, look,
You gotta get it down to your chest. It would look great.
maybe that's what would have helped with the ladies, but you know, that beard just scared most of them off. I'll be honest.
No rats in there for you, mate.
I don't know that use that word anymore.
Alright, and then we got some more modern day footage.
Here we go.
You against the current champion, the longest reigning champion,
Yeah.
Mr. Rocky Monero.
Okay. Yeah.
So I just want to put this one up just because it's showing who you are now, pretty much.
Yeah.
This was last year, but still.
So the funny thing about this match was we were meant to have this match last year in
Oh, flip!
March or April.
Yeah.
Excuse me. And I reckon what happened was COVID hit.
COVID, yeah.
And so, unfortunately, we had to delay the match. In which time I went back to Mount Gambier and trained for about 3 months.
Yeah.
Put on about 7 or 8 kilos of
Oof.
size. And came back a lot thicker, more muscular, less abs, and less gas because I did 0 cardio between, between shows.
Oh no.
And so when it comes to this match, yeah, like I was heavy, I could throw him around like this.
Oh,
a little bit at least.
He's a big boy.
Yeah, got him up, but unfortunately my gas tank was pretty short, and as you can
You're
see,
looking a bit puffed there, man.
as you can see, I'm quite blown up at this point of the match.
Look at the muscles though, look at
me,
them.
I can't even grab
What
him
are you
up.
doing, bro?
Unfortunately, like I thought more size would be able to keep up with the big boy Rocky Monero.
Yeah, we
Look,
gotta throw him
I didn't
around.
have the gas tank to keep up with him. Bit like Conor McGregor when he fought Nate Diaz for the first time.
Oh,
Just kind of blew up.
Throwing him out there, mate.
And you know, look, I tried my best. Unfortunately,
Oh, jeez. As usual.
these
The
bastards
cheating.
like to roll in and look out. What?
Oof. What are you
Throwing
throwing haymakers there, Connor?
potatoes, mate.
Connor.
Throwing potatoes at them Pereira boys.
Oh, Jesus.
Right in the mum and daddy button.
That ain't nice. Oh, we don't want to relive that, mate. Sorry then.
Look, unfortunately, that's how the cookie crumbles. You know, he's been the champ for over 600 days for a reason, you know.
He's
He's
the
always gonna
longest
be-
standing, so that's...
Yeah. If I can give anyone a tip, you know, I think Matt Hayter's got the next shot.
Yeah. The winner of the Rumble, yes.
He's probably doing good. I've seen him, he's not bulking up at all.
Okay, yeah.
He's going the opposite direction. He's getting real thin,
Yeah.
real shredded, real skinny.
Getting that cardio up.
Real, like just-
Yeah.
He's got nothing on him.
Okay.
That's probably a bit better than what I did and put a bit of bulk on, I reckon. I mean, look, we'll find out, I guess.
Well, you were strong enough to throw him around, but maybe that cardio you weren't quick enough to get past him, dodge him. So maybe Hayter,
Let's blow up. Let's be honest.
maybe Hayter has an advantage there.
He might be able to last a bit longer.
The next one, we just want to put on your entrance video,
My custom music.
your custom music, custom entrance video, just to have a look at it. Why not?
When you're a big shot like Jed Armstrong, you
And
gotta
it
have
even
custom
gets
music.
posted on
You
the
gotta have-
RCW page.
Yep.
Look at that. There's the Fringe, yeah?
And the Fringe.
Look at that.
I thought it was their tables.
Defender of tomorrow.
The defender of tomorrow.
Why don't you defend today, mate? What are you worried about tomorrow for?
Today's fucked, man. You know, we're in the COVID era. You know, today we're just trying to get through the day.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, that's what we got to defend. You know,
What does that mean, defender of tomorrow? What do you mean by that?
like I said, man. There's a lot of things happening today. A lot of guys trying to bury a lot of young talent.
Yeah.
We need to protect that up and coming talent. We need to protect those guys for tomorrow. You know,
Yeah.
the new guys coming in. It's no good if you get these old guys that are just sticking around, stinking up the joint. You know, not letting those young guys do what they need to do to push the product forward. So my Defender of Tomorrow gimmick isn't just a gimmick. It's me saying, hey, we need to look after these guys. We need to give them that push. We need to make sure that they're protected.
Yeah.
You know, we need to give them all the tools they need to be able to create the best career possible.
Okay.
When I was
Yeah.
younger and just starting my career, I feel like there was a lot of guys that were just kind of sticking around and trying to bury those younger guys and not let us move up.
Yeah.
Like, I think that I don't want to be that guy that just comes in and sticks, like buries those young guys. I want to be a guy that helps those younger guys, you know?
Yeah, nice.
The guys of tomorrow. So
that's sure.
That's what that means to me. And I'm hoping that, you know, a lot of the older talent, especially in Australia, follow suit, you know?
Nice, man.
So that's what that is.
Awesome. I like it, man. That's really, really cool. Alright, the last one we're going to end on is you back in Mount Gambier with a bit of a training promo here. Are you ready for this?
Yeah, let's go.
You know what it's all is, but fans who haven't seen it.
So,
Slabs of beer there, mate?
Yeah, cut and dry, man. You know, this is about Mount Gambier especially.
Look at this man. So that's Mount Gambier?
That's Mount Gambier. This is the Blue Lake area.
And is that your dad?
That is the old man, you know?
That's so fast, mate. Slow down.
You know, there's more beer.
BB. Oh.
Because it's heavy.
Is that how you put on the bulk for the Rocky match, mate? Drink some beer.
You know, and you know, you've got to do the full load. That dog is stronger than what you think. Alright? I know it's only a little chihuahua, but that thing is made of muscle. Centenary Tower in the background, alright? That's Mount Gambier's fire watch tower. So if there's fires, people look and they go, "There's a fire."
Oh, okay. So there's people in there all the time, or?
Most of the time, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
a bit of nip slip, mate.
Oh, sometimes it happens.
Oh, look at him. Look at this.
You know, the training montage. You know, if you want to get far, like better at something, you don't have much time. You got to do a montage.
I like it, man. I like this. Look at it. Got the VV up.
Jeez, you know how many times it took for Dad to do that take?
What's going on there?
So that's the whole thing. Stop it there. So last year before WrestleMania, I reckon they had Drew McIntyre was having a match with Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
And they ended up doing a montage, like a video montage with Drew McIntyre training for
back in Scotland, wasn't it?
Back in Scotland, that's right, just before COVID hit. And it was I thought it was a hilarious video. And so being in Mount Gambier, having a lot of time because, you know, we were all shut down during COVID.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck it, I'm going to rip that off and just literally steal the audio from it and put it
Was that the audio from that?
Literally the audio from
God.
it. And just, you know, tweak it a little bit and put it up myself. Took me an afternoon.
Yeah.
And
It's something to do on lockdown. Yeah,
it's pretty fun, man. So
it's something different, man. I like it. Like, you don't see a lot of this going around, like wrestlers trying to be real serious and, you know, do their promos. So I like this, man. It's really cool.
Definitely not serious.
I like it, man. I like it. Last little thing I want to touch on here is in your Instagram.
What do we got?
Beer and Barbecue Festival. What is that in your hand?
That is a $150 tomahawk steak.
And you hit someone in the head with it?
I did. So at the end of the match I had with Antivirus, we were at the Beer and Barbecue Fest, of course.
Look at that, man.
He tried to hit me with a chair. Being a veteran of 13 years, you know, the ref went down, so, you know, nasty things happen.
Oh no.
So I've had a lot of experience in this industry. Obviously I knew it was coming. He tried to hit me with a chair, I ducked. And then I kicked him in the head, the chair broke. I picked it up, I was going to hit him right back, but the chair was broken. So
what?
I'm like, well, okay, the chair's broken.
So you're going to cheat and hit people with chairs, though?
No, he tried to hit me, so it's all fair after that.
Okay,
You know, he
fair
swung
enough.
first.
Yeah, rule.
You know,
Okay, no,
he swung
I get it,
first.
I get it.
You know? He wants to play that game, I can play it right back.
Yeah.
Okay, so the chair was broken. What was I going to do? Couldn't use it. I saw a tomahawk steak in the crowd. Some guy, I was like, hey you, give me your
You
tomahawk
just stole it
steak.
off him.
Well, I asked him for it and he gave it to me.
Jeez.
And then I hit the guy with it. Because it's a big steak, it knocked him clean out.
That's a big steak.
Yeah.
$150 for that's a big
$150
steak.
hit, that one. Took a bite out of it, as you can probably see, there's a big chunk out of it.
Yeah, you
right
got
there.
some in your eye, but look at it. But
Yeah,
whatever that is.
that's rain.
Booger or
It was
something.
pretty
Rain.
wet that day.
It's a booger in your eye, mate.
And yeah, so.
Oh, the dude took it back after that.
No, I ate it.
You ate the rest of it?
Yeah, it's so good.
Jeez.
Yeah.
So what does a $150 piece of steak taste like?
better than what you think.
Better than
It was real good.
Was it chewy, tough, or just perfect?
Dude, I went back like to the Beer and Barbecue Fest the next day, and I was literally having like addiction cravings for this tomahawk steak. But I knew I couldn't afford a $150 steak, so...
Well, you could have... didn't you steal one off
no
the
one
crowd?
else would buy it. No, man, dude, that was a once
No one in the crowd,
opportunity. I really wanted another $150 steak, though, man.
You should have just walked around the crowd and told them who you were and stole it off them.
I think they sold like 4 that weekend. I think 3 of them were on Saturday.
Holy shit.
So, yeah.
That's a lot of money for some meat, though. I don't know, it doesn't look like a lot of meat. So.
Tell you what, though, nah, it was a big steak. It's just I'm a big guy, so... you know.
Oh, dude,
And it's
alright.
good to see that I did get, most of my abs back after Christmas.
You got a bit there, man.
Yeah,
You got
I've
a
been
bit.
trying hard.
What else got here? Yeah, you got a bit there, man. That's good.
Thanks, man. Appreciate
Alright.
it. Coming from a big dude like you.
Oh, mate, just want to be as big as you one day. Alright, Jet. So we're going through the photos, we're going for the footage. Thank you for enlightening us on, a bit of memory lane there, bit of stuff from now. Alright, Jet. So just to wrap up the show, I'd just love you to plug your social media, any merchandise, websites, anything like that you have. We will put the links in the description below, but feel free to just shout them out now. Where can fans find you, find your merch?
Well, the best place to go for me is Instagram. That's probably where I use the most social media.
Yep.
That's where you'll see all my stuff. It's just Jed Armstrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's it the
Well, Jed Armstrong was taken.
Really?
Well, it wasn't at the start, and then I changed it to something else, and then I went to change it back, and some little punk stole it.
Wow.
So, anyway,
What's
that's what
Jed
it is.
Armstrong fan
I'm a
page?
Jed Armstrong fan. Should have known better. Sometimes I update my Facebook.
Yep.
Don't go on Twitter, it's a toxic place. Man.
Okay.
It's the most
Yeah.
toxic app on the planet. So,
Yeah, no, that's fair enough.
but I am on there as well if you want to.
Give him a follow, give him
Give
a
me
follow.
a follow with 300 fans.
That's alright, 300's alright.
So yeah, and then I've got my merchandise is on wrestlermerch.com. You can order t-shirts whenever you want.
Yeah, nice.
And I should be getting something new quite soon.
Nice,
I think.
okay.
So I want to start getting some new designs happening. But you can get all the, not all the old ones, like the ones we talked about before.
Not the first Armstrong brother ones.
Look,
yeah.
I'll try to wrangle it up for you guys.
If you can find that, I'm sure there'll be someone out there.
I'm
I
sure
want
there'll
one,
be-
but I'm sure there'll be other
I'm
people
sure
out
there'll
there
be some
watching.
LEs out there that would probably
That will-
get it. So.
Links will be in the description below. I just want to touch on this shirt you're wearing, PWA.
Yep.
I saw on like Facebook and Instagram you were in their Movember campaign. Is that right?
It was, yeah. So originally I did the Movember campaign just by myself.
Yeah.
I raised $1,000 for the Movember
Nice,
campaign,
nice.
which helps especially men with going through mental health problems.
Yep.
Mental illness is a big it's a big part of like what I believe in, getting the word out there for people, and
Yeah.
I'd love to do what I can to help people that are going through. A lot of people suffer from mental health. Illnesses and stuff, things like depression and anxiety.
Yeah, absolutely.
So just raising awareness and just letting people know that it is okay, and you can talk to somebody, and it's good to talk to people about this stuff. No one's alone. So get out there,
absolutely.
tell your mates, tell your family. Talk to somebody about it.
Yeah.
And people can get through it. And so with PWA, they did the same thing. They had a lot of their guys
Yeah.
involved, and I just wanted to support them and the same cause.
Yeah,
So that's
awesome.
why I'm wearing this. It's for a great cause. So.
And all that was their proceeds of the shirt went to Movember.
Yep, that's
Yep.
right. Yep, and I wore a dirty Mo for a month. It was filthy. Cost
I'm
me.
sure you got a photo of that. It was not on the Instagram. I couldn't find any.
It would be on one of the Instagrams. It would have been on the Instagram.
Somewhere,
It would be
yeah.
on the Instagram for sure. But it cost me many a young girl's numbers. So it was a dry November as well as
Oh,
a
there
dirty
you
one.
go. Well, if any fans want to send their numbers through, I'll pass them on to Jet.
Yeah.
You did tell me
Sure.
off camera you had an answer to rapid fire questions about breaking someone's nose. Did you want to enlighten us on that answer?
Look, man, Rocky Manera has been champion for too long. I reckon this guy, he's got a big jaw. If you were gonna hit someone's face, you'd want to miss his jaw.
It's too big.
You'd break your hand, man. But that nose, I'd love to just squish that against his face, man. Like, honestly.
Nice.
And then take that RCW championships for myself.
There you go.
So
very good.
there you go.
Well, what a way to end the show, Jett.
Yeah, mate.
Thank you for coming on. I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
All the best, obviously, for next week at the Fringe
Thank
with RCW, and all the best for
You coming?
Of course I'm coming. I got my tickets, mate. Of course.
Hell yeah.
I would not miss it,
I'm
man.
excited to see you there.
I would not miss it. I'll be in the crowd, front row, hopefully. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
But I don't know whether, it just says a ticket, I don't know whether placing is.
You'll
but-
get there early, I'm sure.
Oh mate, I'll be there. I'll be frothed up, ready to go.
Frothed up, alright.
But no, I really appreciate you coming on, man. All the best for your future endeavours. Hopefully, and I'm sure you will, capture the RCW
Future
title.
endeavouring me? Are you future endeavouring
I
me?
am, mate. You, all the
hell.
best for your future, mate.
It's my dream to be future endeavouring.
But I'm sure, and I know you will, you'll capture the RCW title or any other major title at some stage. You've got a long career ahead of you. Really appreciate you coming on Beers and Brawls, man.
Thanks, mate.
Cheers.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for joining us on another episode of Beers and Brawls. Welcome back to Season 2. We've got a big list of guests lined up for us, and what a way to start with the defender of tomorrow, Jed Armstrong. We appreciate him coming on. Make sure you guys give us a like, subscribe. We'll have all the links to Jett's social media and his merchandise in the bio. Hopefully you'll get around next week's Fringe event, RCW, and we'll see you next time. Cheers.
Can I have my shirt back now?
You go for it,
Thanks, man.
yeah.